Hello, campus community. I miss seeing you all in person. Thank you for your hard work and flexibility as we have moved into the virtual space due to this pandemic. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Each day, I hear inspiring reports of our students and employees adapting and excelling. So thank you for embracing and living out our Franciscan roots. Today, we are introducing a new reoccurring opportunity for us to connect, the BCUpdate. Each week, a member from our executive team will host and cover topics relevant to the COVID-19 pandemic, the adjustments we are making, and the impact on future operations of the university. You will receive a link each Thursday at 4 p.m. with the BCUpdate recording, as well as supporting information and links to external resources as appropriate. We do want to hear from you, so we are providing a link for you to anonymously submit questions or topic ideas for future updates. Before we dive into the updates, I want to pause a moment. I want to talk a bit about expectations and purpose. Life is full of challenges, right? Whether we're talking about college or career or parenting or just life in general, life is full of challenges. For our employees, many of you participated in our All-Campus Institute last fall when we discussed bending the curve. None of our calculations and plans anticipated COVID-19 as an impetus for bending the curve. Yet here we are. Who could ever foresee us shuttering our campus activity in the interest of public health in the midst of a global crisis? We were forced at a breakneck pace to go fully remote with our delivery of instruction. University leadership is now consumed with daily decisions and updates and work with the emergency management team, while continuing to perform all normal activities in a remote setting. Zoom meetings and cell phones and Microsoft Teams meetings have taken over university life and provide the infrastructure for our connectedness. We are toiling to bring control to our university amidst an uncontrolled virus spread. We wake up each morning to reports of growing numbers of positive cases and even deaths. We lead now without a playbook and find that past data models are not useful in planning for a future that no one knows how to predict. How do we predict enrollment? How do we predict athletics, the economy, anything? We have questions without answers, and COVID-19 is leading this disruption. But we must continue to lead, and we are continuing to lead in our present state and leading us to recovery. There are no guardrails. We do not control the pace. We have no feet securely planted other than in our Catholic Franciscan identity and in our mission. In the midst of all of this, I'm certain that you, like me, still have the same passion and resolve to assure that our students are transformed by their experiences here at Briar Cliff. Now more than ever, we must redouble our efforts to ensure our students and graduates are equipped for the rapid pace of change and the uncertainty that life brings. This is not an insensitivity to the devastation that is happening, but it's an acknowledgement of Briar Cliff's deep obligation as educators to create prosperity on the other side of this virus, so that people continue to have hope and meaning in their lives. Our mission remains more critical than ever. Historically, every massive upheaval in society has brought learning, wisdom, and invention. This will be no different. We are beginning to fully understand our great capacity for change. Let's embrace this adaptability that we've built out of necessity. These forced disruptions have ushered in immense opportunities to bend the curve. Let's reconsider calendars. Let's reinvent general education. Let's continue to intentionally shape high engagement online learning, virtual experiences, and forms of hybrid learning that recognize as essential what we are all longing for today: community and connectedness. Let's consider and test any and all initiatives that will allow our students to thrive in these new and changing times. So let's dive into today's topics. COVID-19 reminders and updates. During the course of the last 5 weeks, we have been regularly sending email updates and posting on our website a variety of topics regarding COVID-19. As a reminder, the following policy has been recently implemented on campus: our mandatory social distancing policy. The policy, which was sent on March 27th, further emphasizes the importance of social distancing and the requirements set by local, state, and national leaders. This policy includes the following recommendations. You should maintain a physical distance from others of at least 6 feet, and no gatherings of any kind in excess of 10 people should take place anywhere on campus. If you are sick, we ask that you stay home or that you stay in your residence hall room if you are living on campus until you meet the appropriate guidelines to return to campus or to resume your regular activities. Those who have been granted permission to come onto campus must complete the Briar Cliff University confidential health form if they meet any of the criteria outlined in the policy. The link to this form is provided in today's email. COVID-19 testing and privacy recommendations. If you know of someone from our community who is presumptive or confirmed positive for COVID-19, please remember to respect the privacy of those people. If a student approaches you about being sick or exhibiting symptoms, please encourage them to contact and notify Joe in the campus health office. Employees are encouraged to contact their own personal physicians. Please complete the Briar Cliff University confidential health form and notify Joe in the campus health office if any of the following are true. You have been tested for COVID-19, which is a presumed case, or you have been diagnosed with COVID-19, which is a confirmed case. And in that case, you are required to self-isolate for 14 days. Please also complete this form if you are caring for someone with a presumed or confirmed case, in which case you are required to self-isolate for 14 days. In addition, if you have traveled to a CDC level 3 area of concern and you are currently experiencing any of the following symptoms: fever, cough, or difficulty breathing, you must complete the confidential health information form and contact the Briar Cliff campus health office. Protecting yourself and others. So recently, the CDC updated their guidelines and recommendations on how best to prevent illness. The link to that site is provided in this email. As we've been saying for weeks now, obviously, continue to clean your hands often, avoid touching your face, avoid close contact with people who are sick, cover your mouth and nose with a cloth face cover when you are around others, and that includes if you are in the common areas on campus. We are recommending that you wear a face mask. Cover coughs and sneezes, and clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces. Students, as a reminder, you have multiple support services available to you. I encourage you to connect with the Compass for navigating any needs that you may have. Our nurse, Joe Morgan, and counselor, Terry Koppel, are also here to help you with your health needs. Employees. Briar Cliff employees have access to EAP, which provides confidential counseling services to you at no cost, and the information can be obtained from our website. University-sponsored travel. As previously announced, there is no university-sponsored travel until further notice. We will re-examine this policy when appropriate. As also previously announced, all in-person university events have been suspended until further notice. We will continue to evaluate the appropriateness of bringing in-person events and activities back on campus. I encourage you to reimagine possibilities for how to have these events in a different way, even though the engagement may look or feel different. For events like Toast to the Tassel, Honors Convocation, and Champions of Character, we are working on virtual recognition. Pinning ceremonies and the commencement ceremony have been rescheduled for the fall as previously announced. More information will be shared in the future. In addition, we have received many questions on the following topics. Refunds. We are very close to finalizing our global refund strategy, including any potential refunder monies that may be available to our students as a result of this coronavirus. We are following the newly released guidelines from the federal governing bodies, some of which have literally been released in the past couple of days, to ensure that our students are not penalized in any way, for example, affecting their financial aid award for this year. So we are being very diligent in making sure that our decisions do not penalize our students. Our plan is to communicate directly with students regarding this issue within the next week. Returning to campus. All employees must notify their VP if they plan to return to campus prior to returning to campus. And if you come to campus every day, it is our request that you notify your VP of this every day. This is to allow us to monitor all traffic in the event that we do have a confirmed COVID-19 case discovered on campus. In that event, stricter quarantine guidelines will likely be instituted. We continue to follow closely local, state, and national guidelines to help us determine actions moving forward. For remote work environments, we are continually evaluating these needs, and we are currently scheduled to return to campus on May 1 in accordance with Governor Reynolds' recommendations. As you know, of course, that's a fluid date, and we are continuing to follow the recommendations from the governor's office. Now, my colleagues are going to provide some additional updates for you. At this time, I welcome Tina Stroud, our VP of University Relations, to share some efforts to support our students during this pandemic.
Thanks, Rachelle. The COVID-19 global pandemic interrupted many of our lives. In response to the financial barriers many of our students are facing, the BC United Emergency Student Scholarship Fund has been established. We are so grateful that to date, nearly $25,000 has been committed from friends and alumni to this fund. We know the need for our students is much greater than this. So today, I'm inviting you to join us on Tuesday, May 5th, as the world unites to celebrate a global giving day. Briar Cliff University will join organizations across the country with our focus on raising emergency scholarship dollars. Please consider sharing Briar Cliff University's Facebook and social media stories on your department or team's social media channels, and encourage your alumni and friends to support our students. If you are a student needing that support, more information will be shared on how to apply for these emergency scholarships in the next few weeks. I would encourage you to reach out to the Compass or Financial Aid Office in the meantime to assist you. In addition, we're pleased to announce that Briar Cliff University recently received a grant award from the Delta Dental Foundation of Iowa. This grant supports our Charger Cupboard, which is our on-campus food pantry that provides non-perishable foods and personal care items to our students. We are so incredibly grateful for the support of our students that are still on campus from Delta Dental, who may have these food insecurities due to COVID-19. We know that these are unprecedented times, may be causing hardship for many of our students and for you. We are so appreciative of our alumni, friends, and our community's response and requests to help our students.
Thank you, Tina. Now I would welcome Dr. Todd Nealing, VP for Academic and Student Affairs, to share some important academic updates.
Hello all. First, I want to say thank you to all of our students and faculty for adjusting so well to online instruction. I know this has come with challenges, but I'm incredibly proud of all of you. I do have some significant updates that I want to be sure to share with you today. As well, next week, I will be the host of the Briar Cliff University Town Hall meeting, so I'll dive into more details at that time as well. Faculty have just voted to approve a pass, non-pass option for all of our undergraduate students. A decision to take a class as pass, non-pass is not necessarily a simple choice to make. Students need to speak with their academic advisor about this decision, and if they are a student athlete, they also need to discuss this decision with their coach. An email was sent out to everyone last evening, and I would encourage everyone to review it. It helps outline the conditions under which it may be a good option or a poor option for you. We've also been asked about finals. Finals this semester will not necessarily all follow the original schedule. please connect with your instructor for more information on how they'll be accommodating the shift to distance learning and how that might impact your final. Lastly, we had a question about accessing books and articles online. The library has subscriptions to multiple services that provide both of these. I encourage everyone to visit the library homepage, which has some direct access to those resources. It also provides you with contact information for Bree Kirsch and Angela Hauk. They can be reached both over email and through Zoom, and either of them can assist you with accessing the library's resources. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nealing. Now I welcome Matt Thompson, our VP for Enrollment Management, to share some enrollment updates.
Thank you, Rachelle. I recently sent an email out to the campus for an update about exciting things that we have happening in enrollment. We are adjusting the market needs, and it has taken an incredible team effort across campus to make this all work. As of today, we have completed 37 virtual visits and have another 48 scheduled for a total of 85 as of 3 p.m. yesterday, and we have more signing up every day. I'm excited to announce that our first virtual orientation will be taking place tomorrow, April 17th on Friday. This year, we have 30 people signed up for the session, which is higher than we had for our first session last year. We have another next week and another one in June, which both will be virtual, and both have student numbers that are driving past similar dates compared to last year as well. Many across campus have poured their hearts into these, and we can't wait to get these started. In addition, I want to take a moment to remind you about the new ways we are connecting with prospective students. Please join us in these spaces and show them what BCU is all about. We have a new Facebook group for our future chargers and an enrollment webpage. I encourage you to check them all out. The links are available in the email that I had sent prior and in today's meeting information.
Thank you, Matt. And finally, Nick Scandrett, Athletic Director, joins us for a women's basketball program update.
Thank you, President Karstens, and hello, everyone. Yesterday, we shared some exciting news. The Cliff is welcoming Britta Hand as our new head women's basketball coach. Coach Hand is a rising star in the profession, and she's really gotten some critical experience before joining the Cliff. Feel free to refer to her press release on BCUchargers.com if you'd like to read more about her background. But notably, Coach Hand was one of 2 coaches in the NAI to receive the Top 30 Under 30 award from the National Women's Basketball Coaches Association. She grew up in the Catholic Church, and I believe she truly embodies the Briar Cliff and Franciscan values. Interestingly enough, she's joining us without ever meeting any of us in person or setting foot on campus throughout the interview process. So certainly it's been unprecedented, but I know she's extremely excited to join us. And likewise, we are extremely fortunate to have her on our team, and I'm really excited for our student athletes and the future of our program. Please join me in welcoming Coach Hand to the Cliff by sending her a welcoming email to britta.hand@briarcliff.edu.
Thank you, Nick. We are all anxious for our athletes and all of our students and employees to return to campus, and we're anxious to meet the new coach. Now, I have a request for all of you listening today. Many of you have seen the movement of supporting our healthcare workers. At Briar Cliff, we have a different term we like to use, help care, because we know many of our programs are designed to do just that, to help people. In this national movement, hearts are the symbol for this support. We want to show the caring community we have built here at the Cliff. So please join me in writing a message on a piece of paper, drawing a heart, or simply even holding up your hands in the shape of a heart and take a photo. Please send your photo to marketing@briarcliff.edu or send us a message on our Briar Cliff Facebook page. We're collecting these photos to show support to our fellow healthcare workers. Thank you for joining us today for our first BCU update. Next Thursday, Dr. Nealing will be hosting the meeting, and we'll have a variety of updates and we'll approach additional questions you may have. At this time, I would introduce Sister Pat Doty, our Vice President for Mission and Leadership, to close our time together with prayer.
Now more than ever, we need to join in prayer as a united Briar Cliff family. And so I invite us to pause now and bow our heads in prayer. Loving God, today we lift up our Briar Cliff community in gratitude. Thank you for each student, each faculty member, and each employee, all of whom have faithfully risen to the challenges that have come before us in this time of upheaval in a shifting world. We ask that you continue to bless our efforts to be a caring community. We know that you desire in us wholeness and well-being. God of healing and hope, we hold in tenderness and prayer the collective suffering of our world at this time. We grieve and hand over to you those precious lives lost and vulnerable lives threatened. We ache for ourselves, our neighbors, and our essential workers, all of us who stand before an uncertain future. We pray that love, not fear, goes viral. We also ask that you inspire our leaders near and far to discern and choose wisely so that their decisions are aligned with the common good. Help us to continue social distancing and reveal to us new and creative ways to learn, innovate, and come together in spirit and in solidarity. Gracious God, we offer you our prayer, trusting in your faithful presence and your constant love. Hear our prayer and the prayers of St. Francis, St. Clare, and all who have gone before us in faith, and on whose shoulders we stand. Amen.
Thank you, Sister Pat, and thank you, Cliff community. We have been receiving your email requests for questions and topic recommendations, and if they haven't already been covered today, we will be covering those in future BC Update sessions. So be safe and God bless.